G'day guys, how's it going? Jujubear here, welcome back to the channel. Now today I've got a pretty nice battle here in Larissa. We're playing 2 versus 2. Me and my teammate have picked the Seleucids, so we are kind of just joining forces up against the Carthaginians and the Parthians. Now in this match I've got Bobby playing as the Parthians, and there are a couple of other players, I can't remember the names, but it's kind of interesting. We were playing a couple of 2v2s the other week, and Bobby was on my side, so it's kind of interesting to see him on the other side of the fence here. Just go through these armies very quickly. We'll go in slow motion just for a second. So the Carthaginian player, 2 Balearics up the front, late Carthaginian Hoplites and Carthaginian Hoplites up the center. He's got 3 Cretan archers, so straight away he has the he definitely has a skirmishing advantage of this side. He has got Carthaginian Cav, 2 of them, and right up the back he's got a line of infantry, Libyan infantry. So 2 of them, and 3 mercenary Italian swordsmen. We've got a general's bodyguard with an XP chevron up the back as well, and some sacred band. Wow, that's interesting. What's happening? So it's just on one flank he's got the sacred band. Very expensive. But I've got my skirmisher Cav out in this flank, just taking some nice shots into his Carthaginian Cav, getting some kills. He did manage to catch a couple of units there. Bobby has gone with a pretty... I think I like this build. It's pretty, it's not straightforward or anything like that, but he's got Eastern Spearmen, 1 in the center here, a Noble Blood Cav, and an Eastern Cataphract. He's got the same thing over here, Noble Blood, Eastern Cataphract. Noble Horse Archers on the extreme flank over here, 2 Sarmatian Horse Archers. He's got 1, 2, 3, 4 Parthian Foot Archers, 1, 2, 3, 4 Parthian Swordsmen, a Hillman, and a Mercenary Hoplite. Interesting stuff. 3 Skirmisher Cav for my teammate here. He's got, 3 Citizen Cav in diamond formation. He's got a Scythe Chariot, a Eastern Slinger, 1, 2, 3, and 4 of them. Up the back he's got Hillman, 2 of them, Thorax Swordsman, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, Silver Shield Pikeman Gen. And in my army over here, we've got 2 Hillmen up the front, meat shields, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Thorax Swordsmen, 3 Spears out in the flank, helped out by an Eastern Spearman. Out in the flank I've also got an Eastern Slinger to hopefully get flank shots. I've got Median Cav out in the flanks, and I've got 2 of these Hellenic Cataphracts, which are going to be my main killing power, or my potential for killing. Right at the back here I do have an archer, which was going to be kind of like a failsafe just to hold off any cav that my opponent might bring. Because we are facing up against two factions that can rely on their elephants for killing power. Ourselves playing as the Seleucids means we probably weren't really ever going to be relying on super heavy infantry, but we have gone with the Thorax Swordsman, which was kind of interesting to see. A lot of people have gone with a lot of swords. My opponent here has got a lot of these Hoplites, but he does have a couple of these Italian swordsmen and Libyan infantry up the back, so we'll see how that turns out. I do have a slight uphill, well, I say slight, it's actually pretty good uphill advantage, so I'm going to be charging downhill. I do get a nice charge into these, into some of Bobby's Eastern Spearmen, just a nice little cheeky love tap there. Gonna knock over a couple of them and follow up with my own Eastern Spearmen, see if I can get some kills. We didn't get a response from my opponent there, so that's kind of worked out pretty nicely for me. In the center, we are getting engagements happening all across the board. I'm pretty scared of this Sacred Band, to be honest. If I can't deal with them, they're gonna last a very long time in combat, so over here we're getting nice downhill charges on these Hoplites. Definitely gonna shred these units fairly quickly if I can get a nice connection with it. I don't really get the best connection, to be honest. But my opponent immediately goes into Hoplite Wall. And I'm going to get my cavalry around the flanks and into his swordsmen and that kind of thing. Over here I'm going to have to pull back. Don't want to engage his units head on. I've got these Eastern Spearmen coming up against his, and I'm going to back it up with Hillmen. I'm going to pull out my own 3 Spears and hopefully get some shots in there. Out in this flank, I have engaged his Sacred Band with Eastern Spearmen and 3 Spears, just going to hold them down, hopefully. I do get a nice charge into his Libyan infantry here, though I'm getting nice shots with my Skirmisher Cav. Going to bring my 3 Spears around the flank to hopefully annoy those units. Up the back, I've got my skirmishers ready for some kind of fight, and I do have my Hellenic cataphracts getting ready for something here. Here we go. A nice juicy target. These mercenary Italian swordsmen do not stand a chance up against these Hellenic cataphracts. Really nice downhill charge onto these guys. I'm going to knock down a bunch of them. They are not going to survive that at all. So good option by my opponent, just kind of getting through the gaps and attacking my units in the rear, but it just kind of leaves himself open to skirmisher fire, to charges from, you know, cavalry, that kind of thing. So Libyan infantry going to charge into the back of these hillmen. Didn't expect them to stay too long in that fight. Just hoping to hold them up for a little bit longer. He's going to send some more Italian swordsmen this way. We did manage to destroy that Italian swordsman. I'm getting some nice shots in here with my 3 spears. I do have another Hellenic cataphract out in this flank. Going to hopefully do some rear charges, that kind of thing, but there aren't really many targets that I can pick for this. Going to get a nice downhill charge with my hillmen. They're going to struggle against that sacred band, to say the least. I do get a nice charge in here against these Carthaginian cav. Over up here on this flank, it looks like Bobby's got this under control. A lot of skirmishers left, and it's kind of holding these scythe chariots at bay. Doesn't look like he really has too much of a chance to use his scythe chariots just yet. Hellenic cataphracts are going to be pulling out with those and my Median cav. Don't want to leave them in combat too long, even against swords. Around here we do get a breakthrough. Going to get my skirmisher cav and fire into the back of the sacred band, and I'm also going to be using my eastern slingers to fire into the back of those guys. I do have an eastern spearman on the way to hold them off if I need to. I do get a nice charge into the rear of these Libyan infantry with my Hellenic cataphracts, and I'm going to send this Median cav to keep his skirmishers busy, because he has so much skirmishing options here, which is definitely not going to work out very well for me at all. He's got Balearic slingers, Cretan archers, everything under the sun that can definitely poke holes in my men. So not going to work out too well if I keep it up in this direction. So it's at this point that Bobby kind of turns his interest down here. He's got an eastern cataphract and a couple of these summation horse archers firing into my Hellenic cataphracts, which is definitely the good target for them. I'm going to pull my eastern slingers back so I can try and defend them. Get a nice downhill charge onto these Libyan infantry. Going to do some serious damage on those units there. It's not going to end too well because I do have these summation horse archers bearing down on me. I turned around a couple of my units and I'm going to start firing into them if I can. Over here we got some pretty nice breakthroughs. We're going to get into the back of these sacred band and silence them once and for all with the help of my Hellenic cataphracts. Repeated charges, mind you. These skirmisher cav are going to keep a couple of his skirmishers busy. Though it looks like Bobby's coming down here with these eastern cataphracts, going to try and do some damage to me. I'm going to try and pull, here we go, I'm going to pull my Hellenic cataphracts over and avoid him from getting into my eastern slingers. One of these units was out of ammo, so I just charged him uphill and kind of nullified his charge. And in that respect, I'm going to pull over a 3 spear and just kind of push him back a little bit. At this point, I really shouldn't be in shield war with my thorax swordsman, and I realized this a little bit too late. It was after the game had finished, and it was after, you know, my thorax swordsman had been pretty much ineffective for the whole match. Like, they've spent the whole match just trying to beat these hoplites down, and it could have been done so much quicker if they were out of formation attack and if they were out of shield wall, just because they could have wrapped around the my enemy's formation. Hellenic cataphracts getting an uphill charge into these skirmishers. They are going to do a lot of damage to my unit, my general's unit, but there's nothing else that I can do for it. I'm going to have to silence them somehow, and this is the only way that I can do it so far. So definitely very keen to try and stop those units from having any more effect in this battle so far. Over here, this thorax swordsman is surrounded by a number of sword units, so it's probably not going to go too well for me just there. I'm getting some nice shots in here with my archers into the back of these Italian swordsmen. And over here, we're going to get a downhill trample charge into my 3 spears. Not going to go too well for me at all. I think I popped them into square at some point. But it looks like he's going to try and continue downhill into the next unit, which is my eastern spearmen. Just hopefully going to hold them up and kind of throw some stones at them, really. So I have eastern slingers and archers and everything being thrown into the mix here. So looks like Bobby's pretty much wrapped up a number of these units. My teammate here is allowing Bobby to just sit around and shoot at him, which is definitely not what he should be doing, really. Nice downhill rear charge with this summation horse archer. definitely good timing to take my thorax swordsman out of the fight there. These thorax swordsmen are going to be fighting up against these two mercenary Italian swordsmen. They have lost their general, so they are quite shaky with their morale there, but it looks like we're finally managing to win the engagement down here. Whether I can keep it going will be another story. My thorax swordsman is just going to be pushing off these Sarmatian horse archers, though. He is going to get in and start to threaten them, just because these light missile cav are very, very quick and very deadly. I'm going to pull apart a couple of my archer units there, but I'm going to get these Hellenic cataphracts and start ripping them up. Just use second wing to help their fatigue. What I'm doing with these skirmisher cav is hopefully bait out some shots here. We did manage to bait a volley there, but we lost a lot of units. Just hoping to kind of keep this part of the battlefield covered by one of these units, so pull them across. We did manage to defeat the cataphract that Bobby sent downhill here, but at this point I'm fighting uphill. I don't have enough units. It's just kind of an unfortunate situation that happened here. My teammate has all but vanished. He's got a couple of citizen cav and skirmisher cav around the place, but it's not going to be enough. At this point, I get a nice uphill charge into his Italian swordsman. I'm going to finish up, or follow it up with my thorax swordsman. But I'm going to have to pull those units out. They're getting a lot of fire applied to them by these archers and things, and I'm going to have to try and push them back with my skirmisher cav. They weren't on skirmish mode, so it's kind of like a bit of a useless ploy there. Just lost my general. I do have my archers firing into this big old glob of units, which is nice. I'll get some very nice kills. But over here, this is pretty bad. These Parthian swordsmen with 106 men left are probably going to shred a lot of my units. These Parthian swordsmen are going to absolutely destroy those 3AS spears. So what I should be doing really is bringing this thorax swordsman back around here to defend, but it looks like it's going to be a little bit too late. Oh no, looks like I'm doing it. But yeah, I'm just kind of horribly outmatched. We've got noble horse archers on the way, the very heavy missile cav. So these guys are going to be punishing on the charge, to say the least. Let's just catch this one on the way in. Yeah, very heavy cav, whatever they are. It doesn't matter if they're missile cav. They're going to do a lot of damage on the charge. And it looks like he's going to follow in and take out my ace and slingers. I've got my archers firing into this, into Bobby's general unit. Hopefully get myself a general kill. But it doesn't look like it's possible at this point. Double XP chevrons on that unit there. 350, almost 400 kills. That's pretty impressive. Very nice stuff. 160 kills in the Parthian swordsman. So yeah, it looks like they're wrapping me up at this point. Just kind of getting around the battlefield, finishing off the different units that I've got left. Let's just check out the kills. Let's see how we all did. So 317 on their cataphracts. That was pretty good. Probably paid for themselves with these Hellenic cataphracts. The skirmisher cav being okay. I guess they were pulling apart lots of skirmishers, so they were kind of keeping the enemy skirmishers busy while my other units did some work. The Eastern Slingers, lots of kills. I like having him out in the flanks, being able to take shots into, different flanks and that kind of thing. But the thorax swordsman, that was my biggest downfall. I wasn't able to finish off my opponent down the hill quick enough. I really could have made it a lot quicker if I had just taken my units out of shield wall and out of formation attack. They would have wrapped around these Carthaginian hoplites and finished them off quite a bit faster than they did. My teammate here, how did he go? 60 kills in it, yeah. See, this is a lot of money being invested into this unit here. You would expect a lot more kills than that Scythe Chariot. And the thorax swordsman not doing too well either. He wasn't able to protect his slingers, it looks like. They didn't get many kills, and the skirmisher cav not doing too well either. 100, wow, that's pretty good. 101 kills in that unit there. My Carthaginian opponent here, of course, his Sacred Band did a very nice job out in that flank. I didn't really have any answer for that unit there. But Bobby raking in lots of kills. That's pretty intense. 3 XP chevrons, almost 400 kills. I know he's going to watch this. That's pretty good, man. Nice one. Sarmatian horse archers doing a really nice job. But yeah, noble horse archers, man. That's kind of like another thing that I was trying to use. I'm going to be bringing you guys a battle very soon with the Chimerians. What I'm going to hope to do is use the heavy archer units as pretty much like a melee cav. Just because this weight class with the very heavy cav can, it doesn't matter what it is. You just kind of throw them at units and they'll get kills regardless of what they're attacking. So Parthian foot archers again doing a great job. Lots of kills there. So good game from everyone. Thanks for playing, and thank you for watching. This is Jujubear signing out. Peace.